actually calculated my damage threshold wrong.
Oh, well, that's fine. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome back to Wild and Chaotic. I am your Master and Commander, Tom T.P. Grant. Before we get started, let's go around and introduce our crew, because this is an even-numbered episode, which means I remember to do certain things that we're supposed to do. So I am Tom Grant. I am your GM. I use he, him pronouns. I'm going to go around and introduce our whole cast, starting with the wonderful Lady Zara. Chai, introduce yourself.
Hi, Girly Chai on Twitter. She, her, all around. Mama Zara, also she, her. And she's just a big old abyssal mess. But we love her, and she makes yummy pie, which she should probably eat some herself, because life is a mess. Zara's got some issues to work on.
This is accurate. Moving on down, Colin.
Hello. Mama Zara's got some shit to work on. I am Colin Kalinomicon, going to be playing Captain Kit Calloway, he, him, all around, to borrow Mama Zara's phrasing. And Kit is... Kit just keeps getting his ass kicked, and probably is... I mean, honestly, he's having his most fun when he's getting his ass kicked, so he's really digging what's probably about to happen right now, since we're going to start with fighting some things. I think Kit is itching for that, since he sucks at everything else about this job. So let's do it.
Outstanding. Moving on down to below me, Steve.
Hello, I'm Steve. He, they pronouns. I'll be playing Bren Moonfur, he, him pronouns. The mousy, literally, chaplain of the ship, who can also do magic.
Yeah, we're going to see a little bit of that magic today. Moving on over, Vivi.
Hello, Vivacia, Miss Vivacia on the Twitter. I am playing Alize. We are both she-horse, and she is the sharpshooter and threatener of her found family. So we'll see how this works out this time.
And moving over, Laura.
Hi, I'm Laura, she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Zezkazi, or also known as Zaz, who uses they, them pronouns. And Zaz is a Atslon, which is sort of a lizard person. They're kind of gecko-y. Newly appointed first mate. Okay.
Outstanding. So before we get started, a quick note about our sponsors, starting with Modifius, maker of Star Trek games, Tales from the Loop, sponsor of our Klingon game, which will be returning next week if my memory serves me correct, and Helmgast, who sponsors our Wednesday horror cult game, which is my note here for my personal add to this is creepy as fuck is for our Wednesday game. That's my own personal note there. Mage Hambress sponsored our Dark Matter campaign, which just wrapped up this Wednesday. VOD will be available very soon. The Kickstarter is way funded. Lots of cool stretch goals being unlocked there. And of course, starting tomorrow after this game, EncounterCon this weekend, a ton of community games, much like this one, streamed all weekend. All variety of systems and games and people will be playing this weekend. So be sure to check on in, and you'll see all sorts of fantastic things. All right, chat is going nuts right now. This has been outstanding. We've gotten a Bane, we've gotten a Boon, and that was like just the last time I checked. Has more things come in since then? All right, the crew of the Wilde found their way to the island of Taurus and has been making their way through an increasingly concerning landscape of increasingly decaying and malformed plant life. when they were confronted by a pack of Grendel. The Grendel that emerged from the brush was tall and lean, kind of gazelle-like in build, with long horns, matted fur, and a stench of mold and just decay about him. And he looked at the party and spoke simple words of, "You are on the grandfather's land, and you are not welcome." Holding a staff, he extends it outward, and from that staff boils forth a cloud of flies that engulfs the entire party. And you are covered in biting, crawling insects as they attempt to bite at your eyes, bite at your nose, bite at your ears, nipping at your skin. You are all going to take, here we go, you are all going to be taking 15 damage. Wow, I rolled really well on that from that spell. As the boon I'm going to grant you from Cat, the boon here is originally they were supposed to get rushed by the rest of the Grendel. After this, they are all going to emerge from the woods and look on as 4 more Grendel emerge from the woods, standing there. 4 of them having almost a human-like appearance, if not for their lower body, which has the traditional like goat-like legs, but their upper body presenting very much as human, with small budding horns out of their foreheads, carrying spears. The 4th one that emerges is very large, extremely bovine, standing upright, extremely muscular, holding a gigantic axe, pawing at the ground as if it intends to charge. Lady Zara, the flies begin to clear. What do you do?
I think you're muted there, Chuck.
Ow.
Yeah, I think you're muted.
Yeah. I fixed it now. That hurt. You said 15. Dang. I don't like that one bit. And
Yeah,
I think I'm going to like reach in my apron and pull out a little like toothpick looking thing. And I'm going to attempt to cast Aegeus on myself.
Ooh. So there is nobody currently fighting you, so I'm going to say this is a flat roll of your casting is incantation, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so make a flat incantation roll.
Okay. It's 54. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is pretty good. So yeah, just a little bit, just a little good. So I boost my damage threshold and I cannot bleed.
Oh,
So
outstanding.
That's gonna be helpful because that hurt a lot. And then I think I'm just gonna load my pistol.
All right,
and just
so
watch.
Lady Zara casts magic on herself and begins loading her pistol. It is now, it is both Zaz and Kit's turn. I'm going to say, for this one, which one of you would like to go first? We'll just trade off.
Take it first.
Just like to go first.
Oh, okay, we're both very courteous. You go first. First mate goes first.
Sure.
I don't know.
Okay.
I have nothing I immediately want to do.
I totally know exactly what I should be doing right now. how those bugs hurt a lot, and if there's still one sort of close by, Zaz wants to eat it. And then
Okay, so Zaz flicks out a tongue and catches one of the ones as it's flying by. It's disgusting.
oh, okay, don't do that anymore. I want to. So there's the one in front of us and the 4 that came out of the woods, right?
Yeah, there are 5 total. The one that casts the spell, a gigantic one, and then 4 kind of normal-looking ones.
Well, I'm gonna shoot the one that cast the spell with my crossbow.
All right, go ahead and roll me an attack.
All right. Let's see if I remember how to do that. All right. Just a regular attack?
Yep.
Okay. 25, which should be just fine.
Definitely
yeah,
hits.
Trying to beat
Yep.
a 58.
Roll
So,
damage.
with the crossbow. I'm gonna spend an extra AP to give it a second fury dice.
Okay.
So that should be 2d6.
All right.
Plus the crossbow uses the combat bonus, so plus another 3, so 12.
12 damage.
Yes.
All right. It is going to move. You bury a crossbow bolt into it as it twangs out and strikes it low on the hip. And
then I'm gonna try to. So it's 2 AP. I mean, for my third AP, I'm going to move so I'm not standing in a large kill pocket with the rest of the crew. And hopefully I can switch out for my trident while I'm moving.
Yeah, that's fine. All right,
Okay.
Kit, what are you doing?
You said there was one particularly big beefy boy that came running out of there, right?
There's a big beefy boy.
Okay, I always got to target the beefy boy. The other thing I wanted to ask is it's 15 was the damage you said. That matches my... I always get the terminology here wrong, but my second threshold, I guess? So the big number's a 9, then top is 15, 21, 27?
It needs to beat it. So a 15, if it
Oh,
ties,
well,
it needs to beat it. So, yep,
Oh,
it needs to exceed.
So
So
it
you
passed
only
Okay, lightly wounded.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna charge Beefy Boy.
All right.
And... I got stuff. Yeah, Kit's gonna draw the Mortuary Sword and charge at Beefy Boy. And... Oh, where's my actions in combat? Yeah, like how much movement do I have to take to get to him?
He's like 5 yards away.
Oh, so no AP at all? Or
No,
still
that
AP?
the charge is 2 AP, but you get that extra damage.
Oh. Yes. I'm gonna do that. I am gonna take the charge and then attack. So... Oh, Kit is never allowed to roll. Ever.
Yeah, you forgot that, didn't you?
Yeah. Forgot about the part where I'm cursed.
Would you like to use one of your fortune points to re-roll? We rolled over fortune points from last time because we started on a combat. So we rolled them over, so I have some toys to play with at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, re-roll and take a crit.
Alright, go for it. Roll me damage.
And I forgot, I'm gonna finally remember that I have this feature that whenever I have blood and sand, so whenever I spend a fortune point, I move up one damage and peril condition track positively. So I just became
you do.
unharmed again.
Nice.
Alright. So, and I'll take the crit on the on deck.
Sounds
So
good.
damage.
So, so you get to roll 2d6 as your charge.
Yes. Okay, so that's the normal. And then an extra 2d6. Plus 8. 19.
19 damage on the big boy. That drops him to moderately wounded.
Oh, that can't be right. Tom, that's wrong. That's wrong. Do
21.
not. I rolled. Yeah. What's that?
What,
Did you say
13
21?
and 8? Didn't you said the 13 and then add the additional 8?
Yes, but the first damage roll was wrong because I accidentally rolled a d10 instead of a d6 on the first die.
Oh, I see what
So-
happened there, yeah.
Yeah. So, if it's okay with you, I'm just going to re-roll the whole thing and just call that all
Go for it.
bunk.
Go for it.
So, the first d6 is a 5. And I charged, and it's the mortuary sword, which has the vicious property, so doesn't that give me an extra die here?
No, vicious is rolling for wounds, yeah.
Okay. But I get an extra 2d6. So actually,
Yeah.
That wasn't great. So 11 damage.
11 damage?
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, sorry. No, God, I did it wrong again. I forgot to add my... It's 11. It's actually 18.
Alright.
Forgot to never add my CB. And he has to resist a takedown.
Ooh, there we go. Alright, so resisting a
No, I lied.
takedown.
Never mind. He does not because I didn't take aim. Please, sorry.
Alright.
Continue.
No, it's alright.
18
moving on
damage.
down. Alize. Oop, I'm gonna roll real quick for that.
All right. So, where in the pack am I?
I'm assuming you are out in front of the scout a little bit, so you're off to the side.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to be paying you much mind at the moment. They seem very locked in on, obviously Kit and Zara.
All right. Well, I want to take aim and use my gruesome shot. And with a few shillings more, I will not miss. And I get an additional D6 Fury die. For the bovine. The bovine.
The big boy?
The big one. The beefy boy.
Big one.
The big daddy.
Nice. Alright, so go ahead and roll me damage on the big boy.
Alright, so that is 2d6 or is it 1d6 first? Because it's 1d6 Fury die extra.
You get 2d6.
2d6. Alright. And for gruesome shot, that's +3, right?
Yes.
So that is 12.
12 damage on the big boy.
12 damage. And I use my crit on the arbalest speed to reload without using action points.
So you bring up your musket, and the crack brings several of their heads around as part of this massive bovine beefy boy's shoulder just jumps off and blood begins to flow down his arm. And you just immediately like professionally powder shot reload as they're all starting to move, starting to break into motion. Before they break into motion, Brent, it is your turn.
Right. So, how closely grouped are these Grendel?
Which template are you looking to use?
The cone template.
I would say you could catch the 4 regular-looking ones in one cone, or you could catch the wizard and the big guy in one.
We'll go for the 4 smaller ones.
Okay,
so
go ahead.
Brendan's going to
What are you casting?
take out. So I was just going to get to that. He's going to pick off a little piece of coral from his general costume, his priestly vestments. He'll kind of hold it up, start muttering some like very, really Cthulhu Fatagan kinds of stuff, and you see out of the coral, seawater starts flowing. He turns around, he takes aim, and normally, you would roll for incantation, but I'm noticing I have a lot of these beautiful die, these criticals up here. So we're just going to use one of those.
That
and
sounds
we're
good.
going to cast Saltwater Blast at those 4.
Yeah.
Tell me, Steve, what does the critical do for Saltwater Blast?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because it does have a critical effect. So, on top of dealing 2d10 plus 5 damage, it also knocks all those caught in the blast, it knocks them all prone.
Oh, excellent. So, go ahead and roll me damage.
Okay. Roll 2d10 plus 5.
Oh, well, that honestly barely beats their first threshold. So they still take damage as Bren, muttering a prayer to the Leviathan. How do you cast this spell? Like, where does the salt water emit from?
From the piece of coral.
Okay, so you hold out the coral and just a blast of salt water suddenly slams into these 4 smaller Grendel. They are knocked backwards, and 2 of them are like swept into trees and knock into things as they are trying to regain their feet. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your AP on your turn?
So I got 1 left. I'd say he's gonna back up a little bit, kind of behind the slightly more beefy members of the crew.
All right. Well, it is now the Grendel's turn, and I think we're going to start things off with the Bane that we were initially given by Celeste, as the thin casting one begins muttering to himself and says to you, "The grandfather is generous with his gifts," as his arm begins to swell and turn red, as if like a fast forward of a development of an infection, as it just bulbouses out disgustingly, and he holds his hand out, extending it towards Zara, and he's going to launch an attack from the disgusting arm. And you know what? I'm using one of my crits, but I pointed the wrong way for it. But so, ladies, huh? Hey, I get crits too. I gotta. The audience. Oh yeah, you do. This thing's gross. It's so gross. So let's roll that damage.
Bring it on, Tom.
That's gonna be 10 damage.
Okay, that just beats the first one.
So what are you dropping to?
Well, the 15 took me down 2 to moderate, so this will drop me to serious.
Then go ahead and roll me 2d6 to see if you suffer an injury.
Will do.
You this particular...
You know what? You know what? I don't think I do, Tom. I don't think I do.
Ooh. Okay. You're gonna spend a fate point?
No, I'm going to use my blessing in disguise.
Oh.
My
all right.
trait, where I can gain 1 permanent chaos rank to ignore debilitating injuries or death, because I don't want to. I have been blessed by the abyss.
Move down 1 chaos rank. We'll come back to you a little bit later.
I'll take.
That.
So wait, I rolled 2 injuries, though, right? So
yes,
just
technically.
move down 1 and then take 1 injury instead of 2.
You only need to roll 1 6. You don't get 2 injuries if you get 2 6s. At least that's my interpretation.
Okay.
You just need to. Yeah, you just need to get 1. So I'm gonna go with that. It only takes 1. All right. The big boy, the big beef boy. By the way, the woes, the one casting one, is going to move off to the side and is now like swinging around this gross arm, preparing to fire again. The big the big beefy boy is going to take a swing at Kit. He's looking for a 70. Or, lower. Yeah, 9 does it. He definitely hits. I'm
Bring it on,
gonna use one of them. I'm gonna use one of them fortune points on this one. Hold on, let's roll. Let's roll his dice. So actually that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Ooh. Kit, how does 14 damage sound?
Pathetic.
Yeah.
You got more?
Cool. I'm gonna use it. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna use a fortune point to make that a 6.
Why do I taunt you? Why do I taunt you?
So okay, that bumps it to a 19. Is that better?
Hachi machi. All right, that beats my second.
All right, so 19 on that one. He is going to hold an AP for I shouldn't try to knock you down. Oh well, he's gonna hold an AP, and for parrying, and it is now going to be the other 4 have to get up 2 of their AP, and then they're going to spend their last AP to start running in. So the 4 are now engaged with Kit and Bren and Zaz, as they're kind of intermixed with all of you, but they can't attack because they're all out of AP. So actually, I'm going to spend 2 of those misfortune points to give them 1 AP. So they get 2 attacks. One's going to attack Bren, one's going to attack Zaz. So attacking Zaz is going to be a hit, and it is going to roll a 6, a 1. So that is going to be 6, 7, just about 11 damage. Attacking Bren, that is also going to hit.
Why?
That's going to be 5 damage.
Okay, that does beat my first damage threshold. Or actually, hold on. Keep getting thing. Okay, yeah, just the first.
Yeah. All right. So that is the creature's turn. And I am repopulating the fortune points because I just wanted to hold on to a few misfortune points from last game because we didn't really have an opportunity to use them. So I've repopulated your fortune points for you. It is now Zara's turn.
That was rough. Zara is going to, I forgot what the word. My brain just completely blanked out what I was about to do. Yeah, I am going to go shoot the big boy. I'm going to shoot whoever just casted that thing at me. Because that was rude,
he moved off,
and
so,
I don't like it.
Okay, go ahead and roll for the spellcaster.
Okay. I should have just crit it. Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll and crit.
Alright, so you're gonna use a re-roll and crit?
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll and crit because I forgot that those things existed. And I was so close.
Alright, so roll me damage.
I will, and I am going to spend the last AP to add an additional fury die because my gun has the punishing quality. So, so we're gonna roll 2d6 instead, and then add my CB is 6. What's the number? 5. So 13 damage, and then I have to. It cannot be dodge parried, by the way.
No, can't.
Nope, that's not a thing that can happen, but then I need to roll a toughness test.
All right.
And I
Nope,
pass.
no injury.
So
Excellent.
I do
So
not
you are-
get shoved backwards.
Ooh, we're at 20 retweets. Outstanding.
Nice. And yeah, there's no one like right on us, is there?
Not on you.
Or no, never mind.
The smaller ones are all over Kit, Bren, and Zaz.
Okay. That was all my AP because I forgot I spent the extra. So the yacht is the yacht.
All right. Captain Calloway, it is your turn.
I still have Beefy Boy in front of me. He's been hit a couple times.
He has been.
Yeah, he can't be doing great. I'm going to spend an AP to take aim on him,
All right.
and then attack him with the mortuary, and then hit him with the mortuary sword.
Roll your attack.
Let's see if I'm allowed to roll again. Nope.
No.
My
you're
God.
Not.
No, I'm not. Unbelievable.
We had all talked about this.
Wait,
We were going
what
to
is your
stop
target
rolling
with a
like
plus-
this.
even with a plus 10? No, that's not even going to get you with a plus 10, is it?
With a...
Because taking gives you
no.
plus 10 to your target. No. Oh, man.
Yeah, no,
Kit.
that's still... I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Oh, man. Are you going to try and knock it down or put in a chokehold or anything like that?
Got an AP left to burn. Is it just 1 AP for a chokehold? I don't remember actually.
Yeah. Yep, chokehold is 1 AP.
Okay. You know what? No, I'm gonna hold on to that for parrying. I'm gonna bank that AP.
Okay.
I never do that. I'll do something smart for once.
All right. Kit's going to be smart for once. Zaz, what are you going to do?
See how it feels.
So, I had a plan, but seeing as how I think I'm in combat with one of the littler ones, I don't have a plan anymore, right? I'm in combat with one of the littler ones.
Mm-hmm. You are.
Okay. Then I will change my plan and start. So I'll take my trident in both hands and I'll start by sweeping the bottom of it at his legs and attempt a takedown.
Ooh, I like it.
So that's a coordination test. Find my coordination. Ooh, I'm actually pretty good at that. Okay. All right, and we're beating a 62. Yeah. All right. He is taken down.
All right.
He can resist, correct?
He gets to resist with athletics. He's looking for a 50 here. No.
He can resist with
no.
athletics. It says. Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
I rolled a 99.
Doesn't matter.
I rolled a 99.
Doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
Yeah.
Super
You
irrelevant.
sweep the legs. He falls.
So that's crit
he falls
fail.
badly. Yeah, that is a crit fail. He falls badly. His shoulder pops out. What would you like to hit him now? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Now, so I want to swing it around and double-handed stab down at him with my trident.
I'm gonna say, considering how badly he just fell, you can add a plus 20 to your attack.
Ooh, plus 20. Okay. And then remind me, just because it's been a while since I've done this, it's even though
Simple
it's
melee.
even though it's an agility bonus damage, that doesn't use agility bonus for the it uses combat still for the hit.
You roll a simple melee and add 20, and then you use your agility bonus for damage. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, so
Yeah.
are you going to reroll, or are you just going to have the miss? It's a pretty
You
big
know what?
opportunity, honestly.
Down
You
on
get
the
extra
ground.
damage since he's
Too much,
yeah.
it's too big of an opportunity. I'm gonna go ahead and use the reroll, use the crit,
All right.
Clearly, this is becoming a system where we roll badly and then use resources. So I will re-roll and crit so that I can hit him real hard.
All right, you get to roll 2d6 because of being prone.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be plus my agility bonus, plus 1 because I'm using it two-handed, is 15 damage.
15 damage on one of these little guys. That is going to drop him from lightly all the way down to, that's 1, 2, 3. That's grievously wounded. He is really messed up right now. I'm going to roll 3d6 on that. No sixes. So you have an extremely wounded little Grendel at your feet now.
It doesn't super matter because you didn't get sixes, but the trident can only do moderate and serious injuries.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bank the last AD.
All right, Alize, you have a loaded musket. There's nobody in melee with you. Who are you shooting?
How is the icky ranged mage doing?
He's not doing so good.
All right, so I want to take aim, and that gives me plus 10 on my base attack, all right?
Correct.
All right, plus it gives me plus 3 on the shoot. So 1 AP to take aim, and then I'm gonna shoot. All right.
Yep.
All right. Zoop. Yeah. Okay, I think I put this in right. Let's see if this works. My formula is wrong. Oops. Let's try this again. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
20.
Very nice. All right, roll me damage,
Right.
and I believe you've got a bunch of stuff for damage. Oh boy.
Yes. So it's actually gruesome shot gives me plus 3, and because I have the precision shots, every time I inflict damage, I get plus 1 damage for the next hit while we're in combat.
Cool.
All right. It says every time you inflict damage using a ranged weapon, increase your damage temporarily by plus 1 until I'm slain or combat ends.
Excellent.
So
Roll me d6.
So that's 1d6 plus 4. Zoop.
Oh, very nice. All right. So you take aim as you see it bringing up its malformed, bulbous arm, pointing at Zara again, not even looking at you, and your shot spins it around as it drops to the ground, not moving. And it's all because of that adorable kitty. So the magic caster is dead.
It's a Timmy.
Would you like to attempt to reload?
Yes, please use one of my crits so I can use Arbalest speed to reload.
Yes. All right. So you again, in very calm and professional fashion, reload your musket, eyeing your next target. Bren, you have several of these little Grendel on you. They're only slightly longer than you are. What do you do?
Well, I think Bren's going to take another swing at this beautiful spell, and we're going to use another one of those crit die. So he's going to just wash all these guys over.
Okay. I'm going to say you can probably get the 2 in combat with you and Kit and the big guy in this. So that sound good? That sounded good to you? All right. Let's go ahead and you're using a crit again. So go ahead and roll me damage.
Yep. Okay. 2d10 plus 5. Come on. Slightly better. Instead of a 2 and a 1, it's a 3 and a 1.
Oh no. So The 9 gets the one in front of you down a level, so he is now moderately wounded, and the one in front of Kit is now moderately wounded. The big guy does not seem affected by this. This doesn't seem to bother him. Really quickly rolling to see if they get knocked back. All right, so the big one, no, stands there like a stone. The other 2 do get knocked prone.
Actually, the knockdown is just a critical effect. There's no resist.
Oh, there's no roll. Okay, well then all are knocked down. It is now their turn. So they're going to work their way back up to the feet. They're going to work their way back up to the feet. And, oh, I'm sorry. I've been cut so many different ways with all this combat. I missed in chat. A boon for Vivi for 12 wonderful years. Was that your husband? Oh, that's adorable. That's amazing. Thank you so much, and we will definitely be working that in for Alize. All right, so they stand up. Big boy spends 2 AP to stand. He's got 1 left. He's going to take a big old hack at Captain Calloway. He's looking for 70.
AP just for this.
He rolled 4 levels of success, but his weapon is slow, so you get a +10 to parry if you want to try to parry.
I totally do want to try to parry. I get a +10, so I have to get below a 64.
Mm-hmm.
And he did.
Yeah.
For one,
all right.
Kit
So
can roll.
Kit, you successfully, you see this axe blow coming, and you just kind of deflect it off to the side so it lands in the ground next to you. As you sidestep it ever so slightly, managing to avoid that. The other Grendel, the smaller one, is going to attack you. And since there are 3 of them generally within range of you, the one attacking Bren, he gets the flip to succeed on his attacks, which he would have hit either way. And he's going to do... Does 6 damage get through your threshold?
Me? No.
Yeah. No. He thrusts at you with a spear, and it contacts you, and you just kind of like... Your old fighter instincts come in, and you just kind of roll with it, and the points slide and doesn't actually pierce you.
Come on now, be serious. Are you even trying?
My goodness, I am rolling single digits so much on these D100s tonight. All right, well that's 5 damage to hit Bren. Does 5 damage get through? What are you at, Bren? What's your what condition check are you?
So that will send me down another rank. I believe right now I'm at moderately wounded.
Go ahead and roll me 1d6.
Alrighty. Where's the thing? 1d6.
Nope.
A 4.
You're good. All right. You're fine. All right. That is the Grendel's turn. Oh no, there's the one in front of Zaz who's going to try to like stagger up to his feet, and he's going to weakly swing at Zaz. And that is a perfect... The dice reflect the role play as he kind of makes it like a pathetic little swing that Zaz just kind of like knocks to the side as he's weakly trying to fight his way up. And then there's one more that is moving towards Lady Zara. Lady Zara, this one has moved past the others and is going to charge because he was not caught up in the cell and is going to attack you. Did that hit? I don't think that hit. Oh, you know what? I'm not used to this not hitting thing. I'm gonna use one of my misfortune points. I don't miss tonight. That's just not how this goes. So I'm gonna re-roll that with a misfortune point. I rolled one worse. All right, that's fine. Lady Zara, you get off the hook this time. Moving on down, speaking of Lady Zara, you have a Grendel in combat with you, a little satyr-looking fella trying to stab you with a stick. What do you do?
I am going to dig in my apron some more and just like pull out like a handful of like sand and just like sprinkle it like on the ground in front of us, and I am going to cast a spell.
Ooh, what spell are you casting?
I'm gonna cast Shut Eye.
Ooh, now you have someone in combat with you while you're casting. So
I have to touch them.
Yeah, this is
So.
a minus 10% on this, but
Pocket sand in a different way. That I think actually might still. Sorry, I forgot math. No, well, that's sad.
no, doesn't work.
Let's do 54. No, yeah, I needed 54.
Oh no.
Do I wanna? No, I guess I'm just going to then, smack him with my rolling pin.
Technically, casting a spell is an attack, so you can't.
Oh yeah,
cast
that
a
is
spell and
true.
attack.
That is
Yeah.
true. No, I forgot. You are completely correct. I forgot that thing.
So you pull out your sand and throw it in his face, and he just kind of like.
Yes.
Are you gonna?
Not cool.
Zaz. Oh, sorry. You
Yeah,
have one more
I
AP
think-
left, don't you?
I have 2, because the spell only takes 1, I think. Or wait.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
alright.
no,
If you
because it's just lesser. Yeah, no, there isn't really. I'm gonna spend this 2 to reload. That's what I'm gonna do.
Alright. Okay. Zaz, you have a really wounded one on the ground in front of you.
Is he still on the ground, or do I need to knock him prone again?
Yeah, with that attack he gave, I'm gonna say he wasn't able to get up. He's really messed up.
Okay. Well, if he is still prone, I will just go ahead and stab him.
All right, roll your attack. Plus 10. He is more composed than he was when you knocked him down the first time. So plus 10 this attack.
Plus 10. Okay.
Oh my goodness, guys! Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna let that stand, because I don't need to keep wasting rerolls on this. Then I guess I will do a stunning blow, conk him upside of the head with the butt of my trident.
All right, go ahead and roll that.
It's an athletics.
Kit, you are up
test.
next.
That one I make.
Oh, that definitely works. So yeah, you just smack this Grendel upside the head, and he dazed, kind of drops down and is on one elbow, just kind of really having a terrible day. This Grendel's having an awful day.
I'm gonna bank my last
You have one-
AP for. I'm gonna bank it. But he now starts with 1 less AP until he resists that with toughness.
Excellent. Captain Calloway. Yeah, he
I got a
critically
beefy
fails.
boy on the ground in front of me still, right? Or did he
You
get up?
do.
He's still on the ground in front of me. Oh, or did he get up? I thought.
Oh no, he got up.
Had...
He got up because
He
it
got
was
up.
Glenn's turn that he got knocked on the ground. Yeah, he got up and took a swing at you.
Well, he gets knocked down. He gets up again. I'm gonna go tub thump around him and hit him again.
Right.
So I'm gonna use. Let's take aim first. So AP to take
All
aim
right.
and then hit him with the mortuary sword. And I'm using a crit because I'm sick of missing attacks. So
I was
I am going
gonna
to-
ask.
yeah,
I was
I
gonna
am
ask
gonna
if
use
it's
that.
allowed to roll yet.
And
There you
yeah,
go.
I'm on roll probation right now. But because I took aim this time, he has to resist a take.
All right. So go ahead and roll me damage.
And for this, by the way, I'm using the knuckle duster. Just so you know, I'm using the knuckle duster instead of the sword. Okay, where's that? So there's your D6. It's a 5. So that's... Sorry, I didn't use the advanced dice roller.
Okay.
So that is D6 plus 5. That is, my god, math. 12 damage in total.
12 damage. All
and
right.
he has to resist. Yep, and he has to resist a takedown.
All right, let's roll that. Okay, no injuries, and resist the takedown, because apparently these guys can't fail anything.
Wow, god damn it.
Gee, I'm rolling so good tonight. This is ridiculous.
Unbelievable.
Alize.
All right. How many are still standing?
There are 5 still standing. Well, one of the Grendels has been knocked senseless, is laying on the ground severely hurt. He's pretty much out of the fight. There's 3 of the little guys, and there's the big beefy boy that is just slugging it out with Kit. Kit just punched him in the face, and actually seemed to hurt him. But they're kind of having a slug match.
All right. So, let's do it again. Let's take aim. And see if we can hit him. Let's try that again. Here we go. Ta-da! All right.
Roll damage.
All right. So that is +3. Taking aim with gruesome shot and +2 for precision shots. Let's take that out.
Alize gets scary the longer combat goes on.
Oops. Nope. Wrong.
So it would be a 10?
It says, it's like...
Yeah.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Ooh,
Okay. So,
I clicked on exploding, and it actually did it for me, without me having to do it. I swear. I learn something every day.
wow.
Yeah, the other one was still set to the under.
That's fine. So, Alize,
Like, boom.
yeah, you finish loading. You bring this up. You see Kit punch this creature in the face. Its head snaps down. It comes back up as you have your musket up. Its head comes up into your sights, and you reflexively squeeze the trigger. And Kit, you watch this creature just bear down on you after you punch it, this like look of rage coming into its face, and there's a crack of powder, and suddenly a piece of its head is just gone. And it actually slumps down onto you. And I'm going to say that as your boon, Alize, when you kill these smaller Grendels, except the one on the ground that can't move right now, their morale breaks, and they tear off into the woods. And
Better be scared of this.
the clearing falls silent, except for the one Grendel on the ground at the feet of Zaz, still somewhat alive, not doing very well. But it's at this point, Lady Zara, that you don't feel very well. You feel dizzy, and you feel like the world begins to fade to gray, and then a black tunnel starts to close in as the sound of the forest fades. And as it fades, you remember to that moment being struck by that horrible, horrible glob of pus out of that thing's arm. And realization dawns on you that you feel something something intervened on your behalf. You should be on the ground. You should be in terrible shape. And you see in the darkness, walking towards you, a feminine figure in a long black evening dress. And as she strides towards you, her deathly pale arms spread out in a welcoming gesture. Her head has an elaborate headdress in the shape of a cobra's hood, and you see red, pale eyes glinting out from under a golden face mask, stylized with a mouth upturned in a benevolent grin. And that is when you hear her speak.
My child, my child, my child. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Not now, not now, not now. Death is not for you. Not for us, not for us. Not for any of us. With your help, we can break the cycle.
And the world starts fading back in as the last thing you remember seeing is that golden mask before you, and you are on the ground looking up at the sky. I'm assuming the rest of you, or at least some of you, having seen Lady Zara collapsed, would come over to investigate.
And Alize is still saying, the big boom, the big boom. No clue what's going on.
Yeah, Kit immediately would run to Mama Zara's side as soon as that big beefy boy slumped down in front of him, and kind of kneels at her side and takes her hand and says, Mama, wake up now. Mama, come back. No, hey, this is your captain speaking. This is an order. I need you to open your eyes right now.
I think Zara is a bit disorientated from what just happened, and she just stands up. She's like, "Thank you for saving me," and like kind of like bows her head a little bit, and then just kind of like realizes Kit's voice and kind of like shakes it off and like, what happened? Like, ow. Bren?
Whole lot of shit.
I-
Bren's here. We
I
got
think
Bren
I
here.
need Bren.
Bren, you're muted, bud. Still,
Bren, do you walk over?
Bren.
Bren, you're muted.
Sorry about that. So Bren would have gone to Zara as soon as she collapsed, and his first thing was, right, I'm here. First, though, who were you talking to right now? Just now.
Talking to me, Bren.
What?
No, before that.
Or that. Didn't think we had time for talking. Were you
just-
talking to someone, Molly?
I don't know. I don't know. Everything was a bit like hazy. Coming. Did I pass out?
You collapsed.
Yeah. Moment there, yeah.
You don't does she, how hurt does she look? I should probably ask.
I meant seriously wounded.
Okay, so you're beat to shit. Okay.
Like Zara's beat to
All right. Bren will, even though Bren took a few hits, he will start trying to mend what wounds he can.
Roll me a heal check.
Can do. Okay. First time rolling in a while. And let me just double check the thingy. Heal. I think I got it right in that. Okay, that's fair. Let's see. Okay, that's actually a success.
All right. So a standard success. Lady Zara, you move up 1 track
Take it.
as Bren bandages your wounds and gets you in a position where you feel at least manageable at the moment.
Thank you.
There.
Ow. What the hell was that? Have you seen, like, abilities like that before?
Magic takes many forms. I get the feeling whoever his grandfather was, I have a feeling he may supply magic much in the way my goddess does. Obviously inferior, considering I'm standing and the other one is now worm food, but still.
Can't argue with that.
I do like
Right.
the like.
Anyone else?
Clearly, my deity's better because I'm not dead.
Checks out. I think I think for Kid that logic makes perfect sense.
On the ground, you can see flies beginning to land on them in large numbers. The first that fell, the spellcaster, is already nearly covered in flies as they are just gorging themselves on the fresh corpses.
Hey, Bren.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you have any more of those adhesive bandages, I could I could use some too.
That's why I'm here. Come here.
You can roll. So, Bren, you can roll 1 heal check on each character once a day to heal them. So, if you
Okay,
want to go
fair
through and help everyone out, you can do that. And I'm going to say that considering where we are, I'm going to give you a +10 on those rolls. That it's a quiet spot. You can sit down and kind of try to heal everybody up.
Okay, so that'll be under 65 then.
Yep.
So first one will be for Zaz. That's another success. Pretty good success, actually.
Excellent. That brings me back up to moderately wounded.
Okay. Next one for the captain. Come on.
There we go.
Still. Okay.
So I move up 1.
And
Steve?
Yep.
1 on the
Yep,
tracker?
you do.
All right. Lightly wounded it is.
And one for Alizé. That one, unfortunately, is a failure.
Bren, after having seen everything, roll me a folklore test.
Okay. Actually, I'm pretty good with that, if memory serves. Folklore. Yeah, okay. So, that is 65 for the... Get under 65.
Oh, yes,
19.
that's definitely.
All right.
So, as you're going through the process of bandaging, and you look around at this fungal-covered jungle, and you look up in the sky to see those clouds of flies moving through, and you think about the Grendel saying the grandfather, it clicks to you that you are most likely in a domain of the Prince of Decay, one of the Abyssal Princes. That these Grendel likely are in the service of or the worship of this Abyssal Prince. you know that this particular Abyssal Prince deals specifically with rot, decay, and disease.
All right. He will relay that to everyone. Just be like, I think we're in an unholy place. And if you say,
Unholy.
what was your first clue, I will smack you upside the head.
Well, no. Just what you mean by that? There's lots of evil shit here. That's what you're saying?
I believe this is part of the domain of the Abyssal Prince of Decay.
And that's bad?
Have you ever heard the words Abyssal Prince used in any sort of positive context?
Nah, I make a pretty fair point. I don't read a lot of them, Bren, but that does make a lot of sense, yeah.
Yeah. I think the grandfather that these goats were worshipping, that's the prince. I believe all this rot, decay, even the magic that now maggot-infested chap was wielding are all extensions of his will here.
You do, when you were bandaging everyone, you did notice, and you dealt with it, but it seemed like, considering how quickly you bandaged them after combat, there were already signs of infection in some of the cuts. And you made sure to get, with your rolls, you made sure to get clean bandages on them, because I don't believe Alize actually dropped to seriously wounded during that fight. But you did notice that some of the other ones, you got clean bandages on it. It's most likely under control with your heal check, but it looked like they were already starting to get infected, which is very fast.
Right. So, in addition, we really need to be careful about getting hurt. While I was bandaging all of you, you were all getting infections much quicker than I've ever seen. Like, ever.
And that's because of the Abyssal Prince that's doing that?
That's the working theory. So, with every cut, with every laceration, we risk getting seriously ill, and I do not want to see what happens when one of us gets infected with diseases spread by an Abyssal Prince.
Yeah, that's all I needed to hear. All right, Bren, we'll have to be more careful then. I know that's wild coming from me, but do my best. But I hear you. All right, we don't want anybody dealing with infection. Lord knows we don't got a lot of medicine on the ship or anything. So, all right,
We have the doctor.
We got the doc. Yeah, we don't want to overwhelm the poor fella.
If there's any land to be overwhelmed in, it would be this one.
All right. Hey, is that whatever the fuck it is still alive over there?
Is it still alive over here?
It's no longer conscious. It's still alive, but it's not long for this world. Flies
Jazz
are
is
already
gonna,
starting to land
with
on
her
it.
stick. I
Brad,
think technically, but maybe not in a helpful way. Hey, Vico's with us, right?
Oh yes, he is. He
he
pokes his
insisted
head out.
on coming.
He pokes his head out
insisted on
behind a
coming.
tree. He
Because
pokes his head
he
out behind a
claimed
tree and
to
says,
be able
And helped
to
not
help
at
us
all.
find what we were looking for. So, hey,
Well,
asshat,
that-
get over here and help us find what we're looking for.
"Well, that was horrifying. Well done, handling such terrible creatures.
And what a great help you were, Vico.
Well, I'm
Merci for all the
Not
help.
not why I'm here.
He didn't possibly take 15 damage from a swarm of flies, did he?
No, you didn't see him once the combat started. And I'm not saying that because I forgot about him. Like, you legitimately don't know where he was.
Where the fuck were you, Vico?
I took cover once the creatures appeared. It
Thought
seemed,
That's
Are you not
prag-
armed?
it seemed like the pragmatic thing to do.
Right.
It's very impressive,
Are
seeing
you
how
not armed? Do you
we
not
didn't
have a fighting
know
arm?
they were.
I was
Can't swing a
not
sword.
I was not sent as a fighter. That's
Also,
what
we
you
wouldn't
all
trust
were
them with
hired for.
weapons, but
I believe my employer is paying you a significant amount of money to deal with threats like this.
Yeah, that's sort of how that transaction's working. Not purely money, though. Is that there's a few other considerations part of that their contract, but yeah, among that is money.
I believe we get paid for the book.
That's
Not for
very
you.
true. The book, if you recall, and he kind of
So I
points. You weren't
protect the book, not you.
very good, but to deliver the book, you need the rendezvous point, and I'm the one who knows where the rendezvous point is.
Well, you've shown yourself to be fucking useless as a chocolate teapot when it comes to combat, so how about you show us how to find the book then?
Well then, if you recall, we were moving up this ridge line, and he points in the direction of the mountain. The city is in a valley in between this ridge line and the mountain. We actually are likely getting quite close. If we press on, we will likely make it before nightfall.
You walk in front.
Of course. And he begins leading the way up this ridge line. And as you move
they've
Just the old motif.
As you move up this ridgeline, the jungle becomes more and more disturbing. Some of the trees have long, jagged, vertical rents in them, lined by what appear to be teeth. And inside these maw-like openings, you can see movement. It looks like the inside of the tree is moving, but when you lean in, you see it is just a coating of maggots. And on the branches of these
the tree has a
trees,
mouth.
yes, and branches of these trees are fungal growths that form into these, like, almost balls of different floral, like fungal florals that are reflective and almost look like flies' eyes as they follow you as you walk by them. And moving up into the ridgeline, you look down and you see what remains of a city. The first thing that you notice is a tower, a massive stone tower, and it looks like the top third of it or so is missing, as it seems to have collapsed inward. Jungle foliage is creeping up the sides of the tower and down through the top. And there's a sprawling of stone and brick ruins overgrown by jungle spanning out from there. And Vico points down and says, "There, I believe that is our destination. Per the Venusaran notes, I believe it is the tower that we are looking to enter."
Can't imagine why the
Can we see
Venusaans
any
had so
movement
much
down
trouble.
there?
Roll me an awareness test. Sorry, Charlie, just saying, it sounds like Florida. It's a little slightly harsh on Florida, believe me. But all right, so it is still as the grave down there. You do not see anything moving. And as you
That's
make
probably
your way
not
down,
normal, that there's nothing moving.
yeah, it's a little weird. as you move down, the streets, which were once quite wide, are clogged with foliage and debris and overgrowth, and you have to carefully pick your way through the streets. And as you move through, you see what appear to be pits that are dug, and they're full of bile and what appear to be Grendel corpse well into putrefaction. And as you make your way through the city, you make it to the base of the tower, and the tower's doors are massive wood-carved works, and they look like they are untouched by time. The decay and destruction of the city has not seemed to touch these doors, and imbued on these doors is a large rune that looks like a stylized Y. The rune described to you as the one on the book you are seeking. And the Vico looks and says, I believe we need to, I'm just going to point, go in there.
After you? You know the way.
He walks up and grabs the handle of the door and gives it a pull. And it resists, and then it creaks open. And as it opens, you can hear him let out like a as he steps away, and a wave of smell hits all of you. It is a horrendous smell of decomposition and decay coming from inside this place. And on the back of the door, you see, crawling on the wood, massive maggots, larger than Kit the cat. As Vico comes away coughing, and he just looks back at it. I think we need to go in.
By all means. Well, go on.
Elise is gonna take out her saber and she's gonna poke one of those maggots and offer it to Vico. Say, huh? You want a souvenir? Don't forget us ever.
I assure you, Madame Elise, I am never going to forget this. As
That's good.
you see him shake his like long sleeve jacket out, and he just kind of walks in, and you hear him go, "Oh, the smell gets worse."
The
And
level
Zaz
of
is gonna
petty,
follow
I
him in.
love it.
you all are so petty. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just man.
Never underestimate how petty we can be.
I thought Kit was working on having him flip sides here, but
He said no! We very graciously gave him the opportunity to switch sides, and he said no.
that's fair. So did the rest
Should
of you
I keep the
follow
maggot
in?
for his pie, Mama Zara?
Yeah, Zaz follows him in.
Nah, never mind, stings.
Inside is a very large space where once row upon row of bookshelves and honeycomb scroll storage once stood. The wood is all rotted. The books turned to dust. The ground is coated in a layer of filth. And as you move out, you can see this is once was a truly massive library.
Hell of a spot.
So we're trying to find one book in a massive decaying library. Vico,
Yep.
do you have any additional information on where this book is supposed to be?
Vico turns back to you, and you can see there's a little bit of like a green tint in his face as he's just covering his mouth. And he says, "No, the book was not discovered by the Venisarans. We don't know where it is in here." And he kind of looks and says, looking at the construction, I would not think we would want to go much upward, as it seems parts of the tower have collapsed. But perhaps if we
all right.
spread out a bit.
Well, what's the description
I
of
don't
the
know
book
what-
again? What color? What size?
The book is a as best as can be told through record, black leather bound with a stylized rune on the front that looks similar to a Y, the same rune you saw on the doors of this library.
Looks like wide.
So, can we tell where that decaying smell is coming from? Because that's probably more than the books.
Yeah. Roll me let's go with an awareness test, and it's pretty strong, so you can go ahead and add a plus 20 to this. Oh, yeah. Alize, you begin to sniff the air, and you notice that this particular stench is coming to your left and deeper into the library. And as you make your way, you find what appears to be an opening where once there was a railing and a balcony, almost like a balcony opening going downward. And there's a spiral staircase leading down through what appears to be several layers of library, all decayed. And the stairs lead down.
Well, there's more books down here, but that's where the smell's coming from. So let's look up here before we go. And if she looks down, can she see anything but books? Can she, I don't know, see any bodies? Any more maggots? I don't know why the maggots would be at the door if there was no bodies.
There don't seem to be any bodies on this level. As you can make a fairly good assertion that you have not seen a single book on this level that seems to have survived, or any sort of parchment or paper made it through the ages here.
Okay. So Zaz actually has a rank in education. So theoretically, Zaz may have seen books or a library at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to use that to get a sense of where a card catalog might be, or
You laughed, but I was thinking too. Like, is there a Dewey Decimal System we can exploit here?
So go ahead. You know what? I'll say without rolling on this one that you're clearly looking for a magical tome, and that would be in some sort of special storage. That would not be in the public section of the library. That would be in the private section. So, as it seems that deeper into the library appears to be down, that appears to be the logical direction.
okay,
Shit.
then I guess we go down, guys.
Down into the shit. Perfect. All right.
Right. If
Yeah,
you have torches,
Alize is
light them
prepared.
out.
I'd like
Yeah.
to
She ready.
take a bandana off or something and tie it around my face so that I am breathing in less of this smell.
It's very socially responsible of Zaz to be wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bren has like a crushed flower that he's holding up to his little pink mouse schnoz. Just
Cool. So you're going
Kit has his
like
little
plague
cravat
doctor.
that
You're going like
he-
plague doctor style, and you're just freshening your air right in front of you.
yeah.
Vico is like just covering his face with his shirt, and he looks over at all of you, kind of in that like, oh, fuck, I'm going first, aren't I?
Oh yeah, you're going
Yeah.
first.
I'll
Of course
go.
you are.
March.
Didn't your
And
these-
wonderful employer send you to a great location?
Ain't he great?
Go, monsieur.
Yes.
Zara is
I'm
going
right
to
behind
go
you.
with him.
I'll keep you safe.
So, what was Zara doing?
Zara's gonna like offer to go with Vico.
Okay, so Vico and
Okay.
Zara, you are going to lead the way down these stairs as Vico is covering his face and looking over at you and says, Lady Zara, be careful here. This is an extremely dangerous place.
I get that impression, yeah.
I do believe my employer would be rather upset at me if I allowed you to perish.
I don't know if I believe that, but. And she just lets the sentence trail off.
The two of you make your way down 1 level, 2 levels, and at the 3rd level, the stairs come down and come to an end. As you two come out onto this, I'm assuming at this point, well, you would have packed sources of light, as that was not something that we immediately dealt with when we were packing out. You would have some lanterns and some torches and
Yeah, I got
things of that nature. Yeah. As you hit the bottom, they scan around and you begin to see some bookshelves that appear to be somewhat intact down here. And Vico says, this looks promising, and turns back and to see if the rest of the party is keeping pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, says keeping up with them.
Yep.
Yeah. Sword drawn. After what just happened, but yeah, walking ready for a fight, but keeping pace.
I do believe that we will need to search this floor.
Zara is going to ask Kit if he will can I hold your arm for a minute, Kit?
Sure. Yeah, no problem. And raises.
And
what you need,
I'm
huh?
gonna I just need you to guide me a little bit, and I'm going to reach into my apron some more and pull out a blindfold and blindfold myself, and I'm going to use one of them fancy crits to cast Witch Sight.
Oh shit. Alright.
Tom, you're muted.
Oh yeah, you're muted, Tom.
Thank you. What does sight do on a crit?
On a crit, it's basically the same thing, but I also detect what sort of magic spell is happening.
Oh my. Oh
Yeah,
my.
I don't just detect
Mm.
magic. I notice what type on a crit.
You blindfold
I have
yourself.
9 minutes, by the way.
Oh, so you blindfold yourself, and this room is a confluence of magic. The air seems to be filled with a thick green fog. and the smell intensifies as around you, completely surrounding you, is abyssal magic. This room is rotten with it. But shining through it, you see a dot of light down a row on a bookshelf. Golden, gleaming light of distinctly elven magic.
Mama, what are you doing? You all right?
I'm okay.
She might have
I'm
a
okay.
concussion from before. Oh, okay.
And
good.
I probably will like squeeze his arm a bit, just at like the sheer like overwhelming amount of abyssal magic
hey,
going
hey.
on here.
Take it easy. Take it easy. I'm right here. Also, cut your nails. Ow.
And like Kit the cat would have gotten you used to this by now.
I'll never use that
And
little shit. See anything? What are you doing?
sorry, my camera went out wonky. Sorry. I am going to like slowly move toward, like, try and get Kit to move in that direction, but I don't want to like completely draw attention that I'm like zeroed in on the location.
You're keeping it low key so Vico doesn't see.
Yes, that is exactly it.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. So I'm gonna say Vico's fairly distracted at the moment as you two slide down. Vico is checking bookshelves on his own, just kind of like walking, looking, and you make your way down. And this light grows and grows. It is a gleaming. The book seems to be incandescent from with magic.
Just filthy with the stuff.
Yeah.
Where are we going, Mom?
gonna-
Kid's like awkwardly bumping into, like, where are we going, Mom? This way? Okay, right here. Little further?
And
All
yeah,
right.
I'm just kind of like pulling him with me in the direction I want to be heading, and I'm gonna grab the book.
You pick up the book.
Does it immediately
You're
fit the description, like, as soon as I see it?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Let me interrupt.
You see it? No, it's okay. Kit, you see it, and it is a perfect match for the description of the book. It appears to be in fantastic condition, except it looks like someone might have dog-eared a few of the pages.
Put it back. It's useless.
A rumbling laughter echoes through the chamber, and you hear Vico yelp as, emerging from the shadow, shambles a horrid creature. It looks like it was once a person, but its body is bloated, much like the arm of the creature you saw, except it is the entirety of its body as it shambles forward. And Vico's like, oh! And you see him reach back, and there's a knife suddenly in his hand as he backs away. And you see more of these figures begin to emerge from the shadows as you quickly find yourself surrounded by dozens of these creatures as they begin to close in around you. And you hear that laughter again.
Can I like hide? Like when I grab the book, I want to like kind of like glance. Well, obviously I can't really like see, but like hide it in my apron. Like quickly, possibly before Vico sees it.
He's very distracted, so I'm going to say roll me this would be a skullduggery check. But you can roll with a plus 20. Because he is extremely distracted.
I'm just going to use that other crit.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna
you
use my
managed
last crit,
to
'cause I am
duck it underneath,
not.
and there's a rumble in the chamber as a figure behind these shambling shapes appears, and it is a massive figure, towering over all of you. And it would be humanoid if it was not so large. It just seems to be a massive blubber. A stench
Now,
oozes off of this as it smells like rotting flesh. Its color is off. Its grin is too wide. Its teeth a little too sharp as it looks down at you. And it says, "Welcome to my garden. I hope the Grendel were not too inhospitable. It has been
can
some time since mortals have made their way down to see me. What does Lady Zara want to do?"
well, two things. One, because I am blindfolded and can only see like magic shit, can I actually like see him or no?
Oh yes. Oh yes. He appears to be made of this abyssal fog, as you perceive him to be a greater demon of decay.
And I think Mama Zara is just gonna be like, you know what? I think your garden can use some watering.
You have the taint of the Silent One on you, and his puppet. Arrogance. He thinks he can break the cycle. The cycle is older than that petty god. It cannot be undone. But where are my manners? You are in the domain of the grandfather, and I should welcome you. He is benevolent, and he bestows many gifts. He
I
says,
think
you
I
have
got
already...
all the gifts I need.
Indeed. And he looks at the rest of you, and he looks at Vico. You serve a fool.
I could
But
attest to that.
they all return to the grandfather in the end. And he kind of exhales, and I need all of you to roll... let's see, what is it? We're gonna roll a hard, so minus 20 toughness test. I need all of you to roll.
You know what, Tom? I'm gonna use one of my crits.
That's probably a good call.
Because I feel like this is one of those rolls I shouldn't fail. Not
Yeah,
like
you
just
crit.
sit right there.
Oh
Oh
no.
wow. Oh wow.
I'm
think
gonna use it.
Oh
I'm
wow.
gonna use one of the fortune points and roll that again.
Oh,
Is
you
that
rolled a
minus
100.
20?
Oh my
Minus 20?
goodness.
I
Yes.
rolled a 100. We are not doing that.
All right. So hold on. Let's go around. Kit. Mama Zara. We're gonna start with Kit. Kit, you roll. Does that pass a minus 20 toughness test?
Let's see. That would have to be. That actually does not pass.
All right. What would you like to do with that?
With not passing, you tell me.
Yeah. Oh, you can re-roll, but you guys run out of fortune points.
Yeah. Yes. Although I am gonna do it in reroll because I could use my blood and sand thing to move up my damage actually. So I will take the fortune point. Reroll.
Alright.
I'm not going
Roll
to
me
use the
again.
crit yet. I'm going to regret this later on, but I'm not going to use the crit right now. Alright. Oops.
Oh no.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
So,
Well, I'm feeling a little better.
You also failed. Vivi, did you say you were going to reroll and use a crit?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So
And now I'm
Vivi
out.
rerolls.
But that's okay.
So crits are meant to be used.
Yes,
So,
a 100
we
was
are...
not very good.
As he exhales. Bren, what did you roll?
Brent is actually going to use one of the crits, because in order to beat a -20 toughness check, you would have to roll under a 16, and I do not trust like that.
Well, it's probably good for the healer to protect himself in this situation. So we have 2 fails in this case.
Yep.
As he exhales and looks down at Alize and says, I am very tempted to ask the elf to stay. Your people are troublingly resilient.
I am not the best company.
I think we would.
I know who
find each
better
other
company.
I need. Where is it? Can everyone who failed just roll me a d6?
Mm-hmm. How's a 5 do you?
5? Yep.
Mm.
Okay. 5 is good. And what did
I rolled
you roll?
a 1.
You rolled a 1?
I rolled a 1.
So I will send you what that means in a little bit.
You'd love to hear it.
So
What
excited.
did Vico roll?
Huh? Oh, that's a fair
What did Vico
point.
roll?
Vico, he definitely needs to roll for this. He doesn't get off. He doesn't get out of this. He's in the room with you.
Mm-mm.
All right. So he's rolling a toughness test. Oh yeah, he makes it. So says,
I tried.
I've been bestowed. Pleasantries exchanged. The benevolence of the grandfather upon you. I grant you safe passage from these lands. Return to whence you came. Speak of the generosity of the grandfather.
That sounds like a fair deal, and I am happy to be a part of it.
That is a fair shake, partner. I am with my first mate on this. That is very generous of you. We'll just be on our way now.
Everybody
Bren
leaves.
is Bren is biting so hard down on his tongue.
Don't you fucking dare, Ren. Don't you dare.
Fred, is that an abyssal prince?
Just get up the.
A little bit of apostasy never hurt anybody, Bren.
Merci. Allez-vous.
Test that. Now's the time for it.
Well, pleased to make your acquaintance. Really appreciate all the help you gave us, letting us go and not killing us and whatnot. And we will see you on the other side. Take care. And come
Exit faster, Kit. Exit faster.
Come on, let's go, everyone. Let's go. Come on.
You make your way out of the library, and the creatures around you just recede and let you pass. You make your way through the city. Vico turns back and looks and says, How? Why did it just let us go?
It wasn't your charm. It was your charm, mon ami.
If I
You know,
had to
I'm
take
not
a
inclined
guess,
to ask those sorts of questions.
Yeah, not look
We
at gift
kind of-
Grendel in the mouth here.
we did hear it from the thing itself. It doesn't seem to be exactly the hunting type. As in its own words, it would have a soul in the end. So probably not that big of an onus.
Hmm. Well,
It's good
that is a
question.
problem.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Change the
I ain't
mind.
got time to ask
Not
questions.
good. Go. We
So,
talk on boat.
as you make your way into the jungle, and you begin retracing your path, and you're moving through, you
Yeah.
feel an aching in your legs, as if you've exerted more energy than you have today. You feel just fatigue setting in.
Hmm.
Lady Zara, you just feel a strange itching sensation on your skin, in your elbow, behind your ear. You just feel a few strange sensations. As you go further, both of you begin to feel excessively warm and hot.
Brand, you got that canteen?
Right here. Are you feeling okay, Captain?
Yeah. Just probably just enough sleep or something.
I mean, we did have a storm.
Yeah, probably. It's hot as hell here, isn't it? Awful. Only things that can live here are things that degrade. You mind if I just sit down a minute?
We really shouldn't linger. Come on. We need to get to the ship.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I'm just... my legs are... I'm just gonna... He just squats kind of down, puts his elbows on his knees. My legs are just so tired.
You two sit for a bit. And, Kit, you just feel your energy fleeing from you. And I need you to roll me a d10. Oh boy. So for 11 days, you are going to be unable to recover on your damage track.
Oh.
Unless you were cured of this particular illness. Lady Zara,
Fuck.
I need you to roll me for today. You need to roll me a -10 toughness test.
Okay, let's see. I need toughness. Okay, 36. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No.
You feel in your elbow specifically, like the skin on your elbow is scabbing over and is turning hard. And that feeling is spreading. You lose 3% off your agility.
Okay. And I think at
least
this,
you can
like,
heal.
Mama Zara would have, like, pulled off the glove that she wears on the arm that covers the burn scars that are all on her forearm. and just like, and so now that is like all sort of exposed and stuff. I just see it get all. What the?
Zara, are you feeling okay?
And I just she takes off her coat too, and it's like it's really hot. And there's something what's wrong with my arm, and it's like
GM might be able to put two and two together that these two might have been negatively.
Oh yes,
affected.
you would start to assess this as they're definitely sick. So let me really quickly take a look. Go ahead. So let's start with disease format treatment. So we learned disease will be. Do you have any magic that can cure disease?
Sadly, no. Leviathan is not a healer.
Then I'm going to say for this that you can make a. We're going to say a. It would take a -20 medicine check on both of them to come up with a cure in the position that you're in.
Okay, so one roll for both, or two rolls, one for each.
One roll for each. Oh wait, hold on. So yeah,
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, no, sorry, I found the treatment. So for ladies, you must have a skill rank in heal, and you must have bandages and some holy water, which I would say you holy water is kind of the Leviathan's deal.
Yeah.
And then okay, so you would have to take an hour in this jungle, and I'm gonna be a -20 because you're in a jungle, not in a stable place.
Okay. Let's take a chance. Let's roll the dice. Okay. So -20. Go for heal. Not that. So, okay. Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, that probably does it.
I think it does.
And that was on Lady Zara.
Yes.
So you assess this as the Gray Plague, and it's something that you've dealt with before. And you remove the patch of graying skin. You douse a bandage in that holy water, and you wrap that on. And you know you're going to have to replace the bandage a few times, but at this point, it is most likely under control.
It's like, right, Zara, sorry about this. This is going to sting a bit. Wrap it around. There.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm going to be needing to look at the bandages a few times further, but you should be okay. Thankfully, holy water is something I keep in very large supply.
Well, on the bright side, since this arm is kind of burnt a bit anyway, it doesn't have quite as much feeling as the other one, so I guess there's that.
Fair.
Lady Zara,
Thanks.
you are now cured of Gray Plague, but you have to eat that -3% for agility permanently.
Okay.
You know that Kit most likely has tomb rot, but you require a specific herb to treat this. You require a sprig of wolfbane, and you do not have any on you. It would take a check to find wolfsbane. You would need someone to make a survival check to see if they locate some.
All right. Now, Captain, you have something called tomb rot.
What's
This is going to be a little bit trickier. Who here would be hypothetically up for a little gathering trip?
I could help. I could
I
help.
can do
Thank
it.
I know how to look for herbs.
No, Captain, you sit down. You sit down.
Okay.
Alzite, right. I need
Drink your water. Drink your water. We go.
yeah. Try and find if you can a sprig of wolfsbane. If I get that, I can cure the captain.
So I'm going to say this is
one?
Yes.
I'm going to say this is a flat survival check. Oh no. Well, in this region, you're still very close to the city. The forest is not particularly, it's mostly rotting plants and fungus. So you find some dead wolfsbane, but you're pretty sure that it is not going to do the job.
Would
So-
the
We
doctor
might have to take him closer to the boat. We might find him on the way.
Right.
The doctor might have
Yeah.
some wolfsbane.
That's what I'm thinking. We need to get the captain back to the ship. Everything around here, except the fungus, is dead. I don't think we're going to be finding in the way of living wolfsbane here in the wilds. We really need to get out of here. All right,
And
Captain,
even
on your
if
feet.
we did, I'm not sure it would be good.
I'm up.
Captain,
I'm
can
coming.
you walk?
All right.
Zach,
Yeah.
you can help.
That can
Prop
help
up the
I s-
captain.
prop
I
up.
smell
Go.
salts. I don't know if that would do anything.
I have Black Lotus, leeches, Quicksilver, Royal Water, smelling salt. I don't think any of that helps here.
Give me them
Yeah, I've
smelling
got all of
salts.
that plus red cap mushrooms.
Just give me the smelling salts, Zaz. That'll do.
Okay, I'll give him a smelling salt. I have no idea what that does.
He's just gonna try to. I mean, it's just like pure sulfur that goes straight to your brain. So, he's gonna try to use it
Right,
to
but
wake
I
himself
smell
up a
bad.
little bit.
I think it has an in-game thing.
It does. I know it won't help this at all. It doesn't help Tomb
Oh,
Rot, so I was
okay.
just more using it for
You're
flavor.
just-
But
Okay. I feel like you're just
Yeah.
gonna take the drugs to take them. Got it.
well, yeah, try to zip himself up a little bit out of it. I mean, I have my own. If you don't want to burn your own smelling salts, I have my own.
No, I don't mind using them.
All right. So Kit, sitting down on the ground next to Bren, tries to hoist himself up and is like, kind of gets to one knee. He's like, just a moment. He like motions for the smelling salts and he cracks it under his nose and. Oh God. Okay. Which way?
They're strong.
It's gonna wear off in a bit. But,
Right.
oh
You all
man.
are able to make your way through the jungle now. You go over the ridge and down towards the jungle that now is starting to look more what you're accustomed to. The horrible trees with mouths pass by. It begins to look a bit more. You don't feel the ominous feeling of dread anymore. And the cove comes into sight where you see floating the Wilde.
He kind of
Now,
like
Ise,
leans
I will
into-
say, in the healthier part of the jungle, you can roll me another survival check. Since it's the second check, I'm going to say it's a minus 20 this time to find, but you can give us a second go.
Ah, I found.
That'll
I
do.
found.
All right. Bren, you now have the material you need. You can make a plus skill check to attempt to cure Captain Calloway's tomb rot.
Right, of course. All right. Healthy herbs, temperature, and let's see. Is that plus 10?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so under 65 we're looking for. That'll
All
work.
right.
It's 19.
Yes, you were able to concoct a
Hell yeah.
mixture with the wolfbane to give to Captain Calloway.
So are you
All
being
right.
just really generous with me, Tom? Because the way it's written in the book is that it cures it for that day, but he has to repeat this
does
every day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's. Oh, sorry.
Yep,
I
you do not
didn't know what you
suffer
were going
effects
to
for the
roll.
following
There was
day.
a whole bunch of stuff, so I didn't know what you were going to roll. So I was like looking over it really quickly. Yeah, no, this is going to be
Yeah.
a
Temporary.
chronic treatment. You have a chronic illness,
Yep.
so you're going to need this treatment every single day.
All right.
I
Right.
better grab more wolf
You have a lovely fate point that could get rid of this.
Nope.
No, all right,
Nope.
okay,
I'm saving it for when it kills me. So.
that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
But yeah, Brent prepares this like wolfsbane tea.
We will.
All right.
We'll roll later to determine how much wolfsbane is on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Alizé
Captain,
picked up, she's going back and picking up everything she can find, instead of just the one that she needed.
All right.
Okay,
Alize,
Captain,
roll me a d6. You find 4 days worth of wolfsbane in addition to what you just gave to Kit. So
you made me
right,
tea,
Captain-
Bren? Is that what it was?
Yeah, sort of a tea in the sense that it's herbs suspended in water, has this little cup. Right, Captain, get this down. It's going to be very bitter. Just pretend it's a shot. Just back.
I don't have to pretend. And he pulls out his flask from his pocket and then slugs down the tincture and then chases it with whiskey. It's not so bad.
So, unfortunately, I do have some bad news. Tomb rot is not something I can cure. We're going to have to keep getting you this tea. I'm afraid this is going to be a long trip for you, Captain.
I've had worse. Had scurvy before I ever tell you that story. Oh man, that feels good. By the way, that hits quick.
I don't think scurvy is worse than this, Captain.
No, scurvy
You never had-
with fruit.
You ever had joint pain
But,
like that? Awful.
But yeah, so just be aware.
I'm
hopefully
making
Jose-
jokes, Bren. I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
Okay. Just good
Come
enough
on,
for your
let's-
welfare,
Let's
Captain.
get aboard. I appreciate
Those
it, Bren.
two
I do.
things are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Load
He's
everybody.
walking,
Get
so-
off this fucking rotted piece of shit island.
Did
You
we
all-
get what we came here for?
Believe we did.
I believe we
Well-
didn't, unless Vico is not present.
Oh,
Vico's still with
Yeah. Yeah,
He's
I
here.
would have been like, I didn't. Whatchamacallit? I would have just like shook my head and kept
Well.
walking.
Well, it was a bust then.
You know, Vico's gonna screw. that little exchange. Is that there was like a sort of there, and I'm going to use one of those crits. They gave it to me. I should use it.
Just,
He's just
A little
quietly
hilarious from the
hanging out in
tomb
the
run.
back. He's still looking a little green from everything that just happened. He very obviously was shaken by all that. That was pretty terrible for him, as much as it was for you all. That creature
You all right,
is
Vico?
the most horrible thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's a lot considering your boss.
Fair.
Feeling all right?
Besides, just glad to be away from that smell.
Yeah. You and me both. All right. Back on the boat. We're done here.
So, you all make your way back to the Wilde, climbing up the side as they throw you down ropes to climb up from the small boat. They pull the boat back in. Everything is made ready for departure, and it is deep into the night at this point as you travel back rather quickly from the city, not caring to move through night. Nothing bothered you on your journey through, so the creature was true to its word. And it is now time for the Wilde to depart. As the Wilde weighs anchor and sets out this cove, there's a rolling fog on the water. And the Wilde very soon finds itself completely surrounded by fog.
Zaz is gonna make sure they go up and take the helm when the fog starts to set in.
Alize, roll me an awareness test up in Rose Nest. For the briefest of moments in the fog, you see a shape. You see sails. It floats in and out, and it has a ghost feel to it, but it might just be the fog creating an illusion.
Yeah, she's gonna lean over and she's gonna call. She's saying, "Hey, cat! Hey, cat! There's a boat. Looks kind of creepy. Might be a ghost. Might be real. Better get ready for the boom. The boom boom." And I tell him which way I saw it and how far.
Gonna choose to ignore the parts about the ghosts, but immediately run up to Zaz. Zaz, Allie shot in a ship nearby. Something about ghosts, too, but we're gonna ignore that. Should probably get ready for the worst to happen. You good on the helm?
Yep.
You okay
Ladies
there,
are
Zaz?
sorry.
No, but probably not something we're going to discuss when we're about to get attacked by ghost pirates in a fog. So,
Okay, first of all, there's no fucking ghost pirates. I can't believe that. Second of all,
Alize said there were ghost
good
pirates.
doesn't mean it's true. She says lots of things, mostly involving boomies. Now listen, you got something to talk about, we can talk about it later. I'll make a mental note of that.
I didn't say
Yeah.
I needed to talk about anything.
Sure sound like all right. I'm around with you in circles right now. Get ready for combat.
Yeah,
And
I'm ready.
Kit's gonna go down as he does and get the crew hyped up and get the sailors hyped up in case any of the worst should happen. Go get the men on deck ready.
It's worth
Outstanding.
noting that Zaz has instincts as a talent, so they ignore penalties associated with impaired vision while in fog.
Ooh. Interesting.
It's very specific and very
Well,
It's
it's
extremely specific.
It's well, in fog, mist, or smoke, but
Roll me a piloting
I think that
check.
counts.
okay. You know what? I have one more crit up there, and I don't want to F this up, so I'm going to use that crit for a piloting.
Zaz, at the
Yeah.
helm, you are scanning this fog, and you remember the layout of the exit from this bay. You remember the layout of the ocean floor and the particular path the ship needs to cut. And as you enter into it, sailing off memory, you get a distinct feeling that if you were going to fire on the ship, you know exactly where it would be from and when it would happen. And at that moment, you see yellow flashes in the fog off in the direction, and you swing the wheel of the ship. Cannonballs sail over the top of the deck. Rigging comes loose, but no solid hits are scored on the ship. Volley of cannon fire, the sound ripples across the ship. And you suddenly see a ship with tattered sails veering alongside you. And suddenly standing amongst you is a figure. Tall, lean, aristocratic with slightly pale skin, and an impeccable uniform. Who stands among us? Well now, and you see pointed teeth emerging from beneath his, coming out of his mouth as he says, "Now isn't this interesting?" And that is where we're going to call it for this week.
Aww.
That's a ghost pirate.
Vampires.
I wanted to threaten a vampire pirate.
Vampire ghost pirates!
Did fucking vampire straw just appear on our on our ship?
I mean, at the very least, like, we got a guy who has, like, holy water at his disposal. Might help, sort of, maybe, kind of.
Maybe.
I want to
so-
talk shit to this guy.
There's part of the reason we're gonna stop now is we need to do outros and all that, and I want it to be a nice, healthy conversation. Because I'm a so, wow. All right, excellent. Thank you all for staying with us, and we're gonna go around and do outros where all of our cast will talk about the wonderful things they're doing. Many of them doing things coming up soon here on Encounter Roleplay. Speaking of such things, Colin, you have something coming up tomorrow, don't you?
I sure do. 4 o'clock Eastern tomorrow is the Fey Grinder, the Midsummer Nightmare, where me and Lydia will play a bickering Titania and Oberon and try to murder all of you. And it's going to be super fun. But the important thing I wanted to mention about that, because I really haven't put it up enough in talking about it, is that we're doing, for this one, we're raising money for Thrive DC, which is a nonprofit right here in Washington, D.C., where I live. and they do absolutely fantastic work helping the homeless population in DC. My office was by DuPont Circle, big, huge, roundabout, and Thrive DC went there and set up a shower and hand wash station, just so that the homeless population of DC could actually get a bath and keep their hands clean in the middle of the pandemic. And they were giving out hand sanitizer and stuff like that. I mean, that's the kind of very pragmatic things that they do, and they do it better than almost anybody around. So please come donate and help raise money for this very good cause. I'm going to be leaving DC pretty soon, and I'd love to do something nice for it before I go. So please come help your friend Colin do something nice for Washington, D.C. So that is tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern. It's going to be so good. And then, of course, Monday night. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Tom.
That's outstanding. That is really outstanding.
Yeah.
I didn't know that's where it was going. That's awesome.
Yep. And then Monday is Deep Magic, which I'm not going to spoil anything. All I'm going to say is that from what I've been told, it's going to be a pretty music-heavy episode. So, be excited. Just saying, which means it's going to be a whole lot of your boy, a whole lot of your bard buddy. I'm looking very forward to Monday. It's going to be super fun. It's such a good show. God, it's such a good show.
Deep Magic is fantastic.
And there will be more Deep Magic Kobold Press Monday nights at 8 o'clock. We're having so much fun making that show. And then Wednesday nights, Cult, where Domhnall Gallagher, my character there, just accepted an offer to pass into hell and possibly become a god. So stay tuned to see how that works out for the boy. Not good. He's possessed, by the way. But we'll see.
Oh, outstanding. Chai, where can we find you, and what do you have coming up?
I have to unmute myself to tell you. What day is it? It's Friday. Okay, so coming up Sunday morning during EncounterCon, I will be playing Call of Cthulhu in Atlantis with the lovely Anna and my Abyssal Queen up there, studied voice. I am super excited. I've never played Call of Cthulhu, so it's going to be super fun. And that's at 11 a.m. EDT. And then Sunday night at p.m. I will be playing some Pathfinder 2 Extinction Curse on Roll the Roll on Twitch. And then coming up September 9th, I will be playing one of the One Shot Wednesday stuff. Gonna try out another new. We're gonna be playing some Terror RPG actually. So it's a whole lot of new systems and stuff coming up, and I am super excited for all of it. And yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's gonna be awesome.
Steve, where can we find you?
Well, funnily enough, speaking of Call of Cthulhu, you can find me over at Mimics and Monstrosities in the relatively new, we just had our first session, Call of Cthulhu Pain, where I play a different character with a highly offensive accent, this time a Wisconsinite accent. We just got our first case, and we seem to be up against a ridiculously creepy as hell version of Spring-Heeled Jack. And also, just kind of as a plus, I was able to dig out my 80 Lovecraft themed cookbook, so I'll be making themed cocktails, because that's the thing I do. By the way, the Necro Nom Nom Nom, I can highly recommend it just for funsies. It's really good. But yeah, come watch us probably die or insane.
Outstanding. Always that sums up Call of Cthulhu. Speaking of Call of Cthulhu, Vivi, where can we find you?
Well, we had to skip the last, 4 weeks now. We still have a couple episodes left of our Call of Cthulhu game, which should be in 2 weeks on Uncanny Adventures. However, I can now finally say we are starting on Monday the 31st at 7:30 EST on the Wilde Hobbit channel. A brand new long-term D&D campaign, Mysteries in the Dalelands, which is actually, I think, based partially on Sly Flourish's Grendel Route campaign book. And I've been really wanting to play that, and I'm going to be an Aasimar Artificer, which I never played before. So that's going to be very interesting. Like, I have absolutely no idea what to do, but I know what she looks like. Yeah. So, not blonde this time, she's going to be red.
Excellent.
And else, sadly, I'm not playing this weekend for EncounterCon, but absolutely check out all of these lovely people when they're playing.
Laura, where can we find you?
So, I am also not going to be appearing in EncounterCon this weekend, though I do plan on attempting to at least watch some of that madness. You can find me on Instagram at Shiny Math Rocks, where I am learning how to make resin dice. Playing wise, Playing wise, I will be back on Master Game, right?
Yes.
Sorry. Yes, Master the Game this weekend. Playing D&D 5th edition. Joining a campaign they have in progress. And so go ahead and check that out on VOD on YouTube after it's out. And that is also the channel where this group got together. And you can check out some of our old episodes playing in Wild Mount.
And I am
So
Tom. Yeah, so long ago. It feels like forever ago, doesn't it?
It wasn't.
I
It
am
wasn't
Tom.
that long ago at all, too.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. It
It
feels
was a
long
COVID
ago, but it was,
lifetime ago.
yeah. You can find me at TP_Grant on Twitter. I will be playing tomorrow in EncounterCon, still Nox game, with the wonderful Anna, who helps me edit all of World Anvil, who I forgot to mention in our sponsors, but World Anvil is amazing, and I use them all the time, and there will be a bunch of work going up in our Discord in a little bit, thanks to Anna helping me polish them up. I will not be playing in any other games. I will be watching. Specifically excited for Call of Cthulhu, the Fey Grinder. There's so much good stuff. The Terror RPG, and now that we're ending, that means EncounterCon is officially starting. Like, I'm calling it. We're kicking off EncounterCon. We're the opening ceremony. Yeah. So welcome to EncounterCon, everyone. Tomorrow night, you can catch the VOD. I'm also going to be playing Blackrock Adventures on Master of the Game. I will be playing my first ever D&D Warlock. Never done that before. And it's going to be a good old time. I know. I've just never done it before. You can also, of course, find us back here next week at Wild and Chaotic as we determine who the vampire is, who's just appeared on their ship. It's going to be fine, and everyone's going to be fine, and no one's going to get any diseases or killed or any of that terrible stuff. Definitely not. But until then, we look forward to seeing you all back here at EncounterCon. Love you too, Colin. But until then, good night, and please the good ship Wild.
Ship Wild, with her crew and a cat or three, on the good ship Wild. She caught her foe in a clever trap, on the good ship Wild, then slipped away and has has not come back on the good ship Wilde. Hoist your anchors, will away, all for Captain Calloway. Her legacy they will repay, and fight for the good ship Wilde. Bren will sing a sailor's song on the good ship Wilde. Alize has a memory long on the good ship Wilde. Mama Zara makes her pies on the good ship Wilde. Watch when Zazie cuts their eyes on the good ship Wilde. Hoist your anchors, will away, all for Captain Calloway. Her legacy they will repay, and fight for the good ship Wilde. Kit the captain lost his hat on the good ship Wilde. No, I do not mean the cat on the good ship Wilde. Who knows where the winds will blow them on the good ship Wilde? Chaos chorus only knows on the good ship Wilde.